back, everybody. Those of you that have been with the channel for a while know what this is. So we've got the Santa Cruz County Fair 2022 coming up, starting, well, we start setting up on September 15th, which is Thursday this week. This is this coming week. This is Saturday prior to. And I've got a little maintenance and a few things to do to the old pump jack trailer. This little LB back here, I've got a gasket on this cover to the crankcase is leaking, and also I got way too much oil being delivered to the valve train here, so I got to pull the valve cover off. There's an adjustment on that, which we'll get into shortly. Check the oil in the Curtis air compressor. Mount the gauge and air chuck and stuff on the pig. I still don't have all the wherewithal to finish plumbing that. Maybe I'll get lucky this week and get the last part I need to finish that. If I get her done, you'll see it in action at the fair and rodeo coming up. So anyway, this thing is just so ridiculous, but you know, you stand back and you do a panoramic and it just kind of disappears into the background of the shop with all the other junk I got in here. All right, let me get a tripod set up and let's get to work. Well, the most important thing with any project, the first thing you do is just get the big mess out of the way right away, and which is exactly what I did. I knew I had some residual water in the pig from my previous operation, so I just stuck the old air nozzle in there thinking I'd get a little bit. Well, still get some out the end there, but I got a lot all over the floor. Boy, you can just smell the paraffin, the old paraffin oil on these bolts. Or probably paraffin grease, actually. These are coming out pretty wet, so I think that's probably going to be full of grease, but we'll see here in a second. Oh, yeah. Oh, that just smells lovely. But it's well packed with grease, so I think I'm going to leave well enough alone. I'll check the other side as well off camera. So that cover is right on the receiving end of the crankshaft, so it's getting all the splash effect right there. The gasket appears to be intact, although it's awful thin. What I think I'll do is a little brake clean, and I will clean up all the oil off the surface. Same thing over here. Then I'll use a little of my little black RTV Insta gasket just to help seal that up, because it does leak pretty good, and it could just be the fact that I may have just a little bit of an uneven surface, but the black RTV will fix that. Well, another thing I just realized, these bolt holes, threaded bolt holes, those are through holes. They go right into the crankcase. And judging by how wet these bolts are, we're getting leakage through the threads also. So I'm gonna seal them up a little bit too. I'll clean them up, a little brake clean, and we'll seal those up also with the black RTV. See if we can't stop the leak. All right, I got the gasket gooped up and the bolts gooped up. I took the brake clean, cleaned all the oil and stuff off, and got that on there. And the necessary setup time is done. So I'm just gonna snug these up. That is that. Moving on. So the problem I'm having is way too much oil is coming out of this tube onto the felt that lubricates the valve train. So what I got to do, loosen that nut, run that screw in to reduce the flow of oil, and because I mean you can see spark plugs, everything's wet. Way too much oil. So I'm gonna slow that down and see if we can't fix that and reduce the oil consumption on this engine. I may have to do this adjustment a couple of times as I run the engine until I get it dialed in. There we go. Okay, I'll throw the valve cover back on and we'll move on to something else. See if this Curtis air compressor's got any oil in it. Oh yeah, we're in good shape there. All right. Yeah. So this is an idea that I'm working on. I'm not going to install this yet because I've got to strip this grinder down and give it a refurb. It's got some issues. This pulley spins on the shaft. I got to figure out what's going on there. I think there's some other damage here. somewhere that I have to check out. But if you'll recall, if you've been with the channel a long time, here a couple years ago, I drug that grinder home along with that Camelback drill press right there, which is going to be a rebuild project in the future. There's a couple of tractors in the queue ahead of it, but eventually I'm going to redo that compressor and drill press. Yeah, I don't think it's going to take much, but that's going to be a future project. Well, anyway, this grinder was part of that deal, and this I didn't at the time. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. It's before I had the pump jack trailer. Well, now guess what? So this pulley is in good shape. It's still got a crown to it, and I've got to line it up with this jack shaft back here, which has been milled all the way. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know if I can turn that. Anyway, it's been milled the full length for key stock. So I got to come up with another drive pulley to install on this jack shaft so I can put a belt out to the pulley on that grinder. And that will complete the ensemble. This will be period correct, along with all the other tooling that's on the pump jack trailer. So that's future state, but I may bolt it on here, lag bolt it on here temporarily just to take it out to the Sonoyna Fairgrounds, give people an idea of what I'm thinking. But yeah, more fun and games. Okay, well, it's getting to be the end of the day. It's starting to get dark, so I'm going to knock off. And tomorrow I'm going to hook the truck onto this, drag it outside. We're going to crank this thing up for a little test run prior to the fair and see how things work out. So that's just going to be a couple seconds for you guys, but it's going to be tomorrow for me. So we'll see you in a couple seconds. Doggone it. Mother Nature is spoiling my fun. Another thunderstorm. Well, we'll see how long it takes for it to pass. Really? I mean, come on. It's the middle of September. Monsoon season's supposed to be over. All right, I got the hoppers pre-filled. I see I got a little gunk I got to clean out of that one. This is all ready to go. So let's turn on some fuel. And start the mayhem up. Well, there you have it. We're all ready for the Santa Cruz County Fair coming up in a couple of days. I'll be shooting lots of video there, and probably Sunday night or Monday, most likely Monday night, you'll see a video from the weekend at the Santa Cruz County Fair in Sonoyta, Arizona. That is September 15th through 18th, 2022. So I'll be there with you-know-what, and a lot of my other friends will be there too with all their treasures. So yeah, hey, a bunch of new subscribers this week. Welcome if you're watching, and to my existing subscribers, as always, thanks for sticking around. I'm going to end this one here. We'll see you in a few days from the Santa Cruz County Fair.